Hi, I'm Tasneem Mehta. I'm the Managing Trustee and Honorary Director of the Dr. Bhavdaji Lad Museum, and I'm also the Curator, along with Puja Vaish, of our current exhibition, Connecting Threads, Textiles and Contemporary Practice. Textiles engages everybody in some way. It defines your sense of identity, what you wear, what cloth means to you, is a very important part of who we are as people. And bringing in contemporary artists whose practice has engaged with textile or who have thought about it, not directly using it as a medium, but who have brought it into their practice through indirect referential ways, has also been an important aspect of this exhibition.
The idea for the show actually came about when we started researching our textile collection a few years ago. We have the Paris medal, which was given to the government of Bombay in 1867, and it was for the production of cotton. We also have the John Forbes Watson collection. So we thought it was a really interesting way to actually speak about the historical as well as the contemporary, and to see how much bearing history has and what is that relevance in today's times.
As you enter, it looks at the idea of identity that is expressed in Sharmila Sawant's work. You go on to the idea of gender in Monali Meher's work. You move on to the idea of accumulation, the idea of waste in Manish Nai's work. As you walk up the grand staircase, Monali Meher's work along the railings, the restoration is like a skin, and by wrapping the railings and wrapping the fabric of the museum and the building, she is in a way peeling or layering or looking deeper into the history of the museum. On the first floor, on either wall, we have the work of Anju Dodiya. It denotes the idea of identity, the idea of clothing, of body, of concealing and revealing. You come to the Origins of Mumbai room, and there you explore the work of Archana, Hande and Lavanya Mani, both of whom are looking at the city through various lenses. Lavanya is unpacking colonial tropes and colonial ideas of what was given primacy at that time and why it was important, and how certain identities were projected during the colonial regime, which of course has a great resonance with our museum. And you look at Archana's work, which is talking about this constant idea of beautification, a beautification of the city, and what does it mean? And she compares it to beautification creams that have become so popular today and are used to make people believe that they are becoming more and more beautiful. We move on to the Kamal Nain Bajaj Special Exhibitions Galleries, where in the first room have Anita Dube and Pushpamala. Both artists look at how a woman is venerated, how she is adorned and dressed and put on a pedestal, and yet the trauma and the psychological exploitation that happens at so many levels. We move on in the center room to very powerful work of Rakhi Peswani, which looks at concept of labor. It recalls the conditions of textile workers who work in so many factories or mills. And then we move to Manisha Parekh, which looks at the idea of healing after you have seen so much of painful exploration of these histories, which are very troubling. You come to this work, which is a very serene and beautiful work, which looks at textiles and looks at the idea of a shrine. We come to the last room of the Special Exhibitions Gallery, which includes Nilima, Sheikh, Priya, Ravish, Mehra and Shehzad Daud, all wonderful artists who have looked at ways in which textiles are remediated. Nilima Sheikh's practice in particular, her work is about Kashmir and is a kind of paean to Kashmir, but also a paean to these craftspeople whose traditions have been lost or forgotten. Priya Ravish Mehra is no longer with us. Her work is very sensitive exploration of vulnerability. She looks at these rafugars who repair these old fabrics. Shehzad Daud's work has a painterly quality to it. He started collecting old textiles. He amalgamates these different textiles. He juxtaposes them. He brings them together. These were textiles that were discarded, and he gave them a new life. we move finally to our special project space, which houses the works of the artist Reena and Desmond Lazaro. Reena's work talks about her relationship with her mother. Desmond's work talks about his patrimony and his family's journey to India. Textiles becomes a way of revealing that history and its fragile, ephemeral character through memory.
I think what we've really tried to do in this exhibition is actually bring together many different stories, all these sort of smaller histories that go towards the making of a larger narrative in a contemporary way by juxtaposing different artists' work, very diverse practices together that bring out these narratives.
I hope you will come to see the show and put your responses up on social media. And please do come for our workshops and all our other exhibitions and become a friend of the museum.